We're asked to solve for x, and since this is e to the negative x power, it's important to be able to think about how else we can write e to the negative x. Like if you have 2 to the negative first, that's the same thing as 1 over 2 to the first, right? So if you have 2 to the negative x, that's the same thing as 1 over 2 to the x. A negative sign of an exponent means you can rewrite it as a positive sign exponent as the reciprocal. So same thing over here. This is 1 over e to the x. And now we've written it like that, our first task should be to get the x out of the denominator. We'll never be able to get x by itself if it's in the denominator. So we want to multiply everything in this equation by e to the x, because that'll make it cancel out over here. So e to the x times itself, that's e to the x squared, or you could say e to the 2x, same thing. And then you got e to the x times 1 over e to the x, it makes 1. And then e to the x times 3 just makes 3 e to the x. And so this might still look too complicated to solve, but it's actually quadratic. Like you could think of this whole thing as a variable. This is x squared, this is x, and this is our no x term. So it's quadratic. We just have to rearrange it in standard form. I'm going to subtract that 3e to the x from both sides. Okay, and then to solve for x, we can make a substitution. We can say u is going to be e to the x. And now the equation is a nice and easy quadratic. Well, not nice and easy, actually. It needs the quadratic formula. So nice and easy is not the right word there. So the quadratic formula says negative b. So negative 3 means a positive 3. Then plus or minus the square root of 3 squared. So negative 3 squared is 9. Minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. And just a refresher, this is our 1. This is a 1 out here, so that's our a. Negative 3 is our b, and 1 is our c. So that's where I was getting those from. Okay, and that's going to solve for u. We made a substitution, so we'll want to remember this isn't our final answer. This is our substitution variable, u. And if we simplify a bit, inside the quadratic, that's 9 minus 4 makes square root of 5. So we get 3 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So two answers. U is 3 plus square root of 5 over 2. U is 3 minus square root of 5 over 2. So to figure out our final answer for x, we want to plug that back in for u. So I'll do it for both of them. We got two answers. We got to check both of them out. I plugged 3 plus square root of 5 over 2 in for u. I'm going to plug in 3 minus square root of 5 over 2 for u. And to solve this equation, to get x by itself, we need a natural log of both sides. So the natural log of 3 plus square root of 5 over 2. And if you're not sure where that's coming from, that's because I'll write it out taking the natural log of both sides. The reason I picked natural log is because a natural log is an inverse of an exponent base e. Okay, and a logarithm is an exponent. It can be rewritten as an exponential equation. It's a special type of exponential equation because ln is log base e, and so that undoes an exponent with base e. They cancel out. Just these cancel out to leave with just x for our final answer. So this on the right side of the equation, I used the natural log to both sides. That way I could just have x. And then I'm not going to draw all that again. This is one of our answers. And if we try this one, actually I think this one's going to be fine too, because you can't have a negative for a logarithm, right? So that's one thing I was worried about, but square root of 5 is less than 3, so I think we're all set. So 3 minus square root of 5 over 2 equals natural log e. I took a natural log of both sides again. That way I could make the natural log and the e to the x cancel out to leave us with just x over here. So this is what x equals. So those are our two answers, and you could use your calculator to find the decimal approximation for those answers.